Hello and welcome to E-MultiSkills video tutorial. In this video tutorial, we will see we will learn about the MySQL 8.0 binary logging onto the Linux system. So, like any other DBMS, if you wanted to capture the events that has happened into the databases, like creation of the database, altering of the table, so anything which changes the data, maybe the potential data in the database, that event has to be captured. So to enable those events, what we do, we enable the binary logging onto the MySQL database. But in MySQL 8.0, it is enabled by default. If you wanted to disable it, if you have some reason to disable it, you can disable it. So binary logging is mainly to undo the events in case if you have to carry out, let's say you have taken a backup of the database, and you have the binary logging enabled. Then from the last backup and till a particular time, if you have those binary logging files, you can restore your database. So they have those events captured over there. So if you have the replication enabled on your MySQL instance, then in that case, those binary logging may be required. Oh, excuse me. Basically, it is all the changes that has happened into the database, they are captured in your data files. Along with that, additionally, they are captured in your binary logging. So by default, in MySQL 8.0, it is enabled. And if you wanted to check how it looks like, so this is my Oracle Enterprise Linux having the MySQL installed on it. I'm logged in as root. Let me log into the MySQL command prompt, and I will show you whether it is enabled or disabled. So just to check it out, what we will fire a command like show binary logs. Once you fire this will show you the bin log if it is enabled. So if you are getting some value, that means it is enabled. So you can see bin log.001 to 0026. So it is available as of now. But if I wanted to see at what location they are stored, so you will simply say show variable like log bin, and it will take you to the location. So in my case, I have changed it from the default location to MySQL/data, but I wanted to change it to some other name. So to other location, I can do that. But in the first scenario, what we are going to do is we are going to stop the MySQL service, and we are going to disable the binary logging in case I don't want to fill up my system and I don't need it for recovery purpose, or I have no chance of having their application in place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the MySQL service. So by default, you can see a log underscore bin is enabled. We are going to disable it. So I'll simply say service MySQL d stop. We will stop it. We'll take a backup of the current configuration file, which is my.cnf, and then we will add it etc my.conf, and there is a parameter which is used to disable it. And so if you can read it from here, remove the leading hash to disable binary logging. So there is something called as disable log underscore bin. If you uncomment that, save it, and start your MySQL service, you will be able to see that MySQL binary logging is disabled. So from the startup of this MySQL instance, there won't be any binary logging generated. So you have disabled it permanently. So let me log into the MySQL instance, and we will quickly check it out. And if I fire the same command again, show variable like log underscore bin, that will show you that log underscore bin is disabled. So it is very, very simple. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to enable it, and then we will so let me stop the instance first. We will we will comment that entry due to which this binary logging has been disabled. So we will comment disable log_bin, and what we will do additionally, we will change the location of binary logging. So I have a file system dedicated for binary logging, so we will use that. So let me check the permission MySQL logs. So this is owned by MySQL, so this is fine. So we'll use this location, and so I'm going to use log_bin is equal to MySQL hyphen log. So let me uncomment this. So we are going to use this location. Log-bin is equal to MySQL/log, and the format will be MySQL-bin. Let me save it, start the instance. It is started. Let us log into the MySQL prompt. And let's check if it is enabled and the location is changed or not. Show variable like log_bin. So you can see that we changed the location to MySQL/logs. The log_bin is enabled. Log_bin base name, so it will appear as MySQL-bin, and it will be stored under MySQL/log. And there is something called as index of binary logging, so it maintains the number of log files that have been generated and their nomenclature as well. So if you wanted to see how it looks like, so let me do a sudo su space -MySQL. We'll go to this location, and we will view the binary logging that will be generated now onwards. Whenever any kind of changes are happening to the database, that's what the definition we had seen. So these are the new ones. So this is today's date, and April 22. You can see this is 0102. This is my index file. If you try to read it, you should be able to read it. Cat. So these are the three files that got generated, and these are the binary files. If you wanted to read these files, there is a utility that can be used to read that. So in another tutorial, we will see how to read this file. So just a recap of what we had done is we discussed about what is binary logging in a Linux system or any other system. So any changes that changes the data or the metadata of the database in MySQL, these are captured in MySQL logging. And if you have the replication enabled, so these binary logging will be used to replicate the data from your source to the slave servers. And binary logging is also required when you use a backup, enterprise backup. So what you do is you take a backup, and from backup to the recovery point, if you have the binary logging available, you can recover your database till that particular point of time. So by default in MySQL 8.0, binary logging is enabled. If you have a good reason to disable it, you can disable it by enabling a parameter. And The parameter is already available in my.conf, and you just have to uncomment that. And in case you wanted to change the location of binary logging, which is a good practice, because in case your system is generating so many binary loggings, you need to have it at a separate file system. So in my case, I have dedicated /MySQL/log, the dedicated storage for MySQL logging. So I hope this is going to help, and see you in the next tutorial.